Oh. Frost. Thick on the windows of the hostel. I don't like hostels. There's smells and locked doors. They're holy pictures. But a weather like this, sure, what choice have you? Get yourself indoors or freeze to death. Was on the Razzle yesterday with Dixie and Scrubs and a few of the lads. Celebrating me 48th birthday we were. Jesus, 48. And now, the morning after, I'm suffering like you wouldn't believe. I loiter behind in my favourite armchair, hoping big Anita, the camp commandant, won't notice me. Yeah, like fuck she won't. Ah, come on now, Myra. You know the rules well enough. Ollies have to be watered, fed, and out frolicking in the fields by 9 o'clock. It's gone 1:45 now, so move your arse off that chair so the cleaners can get started. I'm tempted to argue, but I'm already on a yellow card for pissing the bed last week. And a red card means a 3-night lockout. So it's out on the street to find myself. The chill north wind slicing through to the very marrow of me bones. And me hangover like a giant jackhammer trying to smash its way out through me skull. I consider my list of engagements for today. I find my diary's pretty much clear. There's no new hospital wards to open, no visiting heads of state to shake hands with. Just another empty day to be got through as painlessly as possible. And the best way to do that is to get yourself banjaxed as quickly as possible. 40 minutes later, I'm in Dublin city centre. The streets are stirring to life. The smell of coffee and fry-ups from early morning cafes. Guinness delivery wagons bouncing metal kegs onto pavements outside pubs. If I had the strength of Superman or Cucullin, I'd tuck one of them big kegs under me arm and fuck right off with it. As I head down Grafton Street, people hurry past. Their heads bent against the wind like one of them wee matchstick men your man painted. Lowry. They avoid eye contact with me. 'Cause I disturb yous, don't I? 'Cause you see a woman on the streets as the lowest of the low. Couldn't happen to your sister or to your mammy. Fucking off, it couldn't. Desperate times these, Myra. Must have blown your lot on yesterday's party. Being skint and sober on mornings like this is scary. You don't know how long it'll take you to beg the price of your medicine. And until you get yourself blocked, you're open to attack from the old kamikaze memories come dive bombing their way into your head. So to work. Have you any spare change, sir? Spare the price of a cup of tea, ma'am. Excuse me, sir. Could you ever see your way to helping me out? I take American Express. Don't just pass me by like I'm the invisible woman. At least look at me face, you miserable shower of bastards. Meek'll take a long time inheriting the earth with tossers like yous running it. Yeah. Go on, run away off to your offices or wherever. I hope your central heating packs in and your bollocks drop off. Ease up with you, Myra. Bit early to be getting yourself done by the guardies for disturbing the peace. Or, as that old fuckface Judge McMahon referred to it, aggressive begging. It is my perception that it is becoming increasingly difficult for decent Dubliners to walk their own streets anymore without being subjected to this aggressive begging from people like you, madam. You appear to have a filthy tongue coupled with an equally filthy temper. Perhaps 30 days in prison will cool your anger. Couple hours from now, Mr. Judge High and Mighty MacMahon, you'll still be living in your boring little world. Hopefully without your central heating and minus your bollocks. While Myra here, she'll be Queen Boudica, riding a chariot pulled by 4 white horses, or a dusky maiden with a jewel in her belly button, crossing the sky on a Persian carpet made of the finest silk. For that's what the old drink does for you. Allows you to be whatever you want to be. Stops you being what you don't want to be, which is yourself. I remember when this bench was new. All of what, 30 odd years ago. Jesus, can I really go back that far? Myself and Tommy McLaughlin would sit here, hold hands, laugh at the winos. Or a couple were Tommy and Myra. First fella I ever let touch me south of the border, so to speak. Last fella I ever let touch me south of the border, so to speak. Person destiny had ordained I'd spend the rest of my life with. The world already had Burton and Taylor, Elvis and Priscilla, and now Myra and Tommy. Now Tommy's all-time hero was Bob Dylan. So he grew this wee bumfluff goatee beard to give himself that intellectual look. And he'd make up these cute philosophical sayings for me, like, the leaves are quietest under the heaviest foot, Myra. Or, the mind has 1,000 eyes, Myra, but the heart only has one. Yeah, my all-time favorite. The pen may indeed be mightier than the sword, Myra, but only if you remember to put ink in it. Fucked if I knew what he was on about. Oh, come to that, fucked if Tommy knew. But some people said he was an Egypt, others that he was a prophet. But we were a pair, we're Hennessy and McLaughlin. You know, and then were the days when happiness was a stroll arm in arm in the rain, and the future didn't matter, for it would never come. And the past didn't matter, for it had been and gone. And only the present mattered, and the present belonged to us. Me sitting on Tommy's knee at a disco in '69, just after I left school. Him with his shoulder-length hair, his purple corduroy flares and red velvet jacket. And best of all, his Mexican mustache and big bushy sideburns. And me, with me pencil-thin legs, me white plastic boots, me tiny miniskirt. I wouldn't have made a decent-sized hanky. Me old fella used to go bananas when he saw me dressed for a night out. Hey! Now, I forbid you to go out with this Tommy McLaughlin looking like a tramp, Myra.
Oh, will you ever get a grip, Daddy? Sure, you'd have me turned out like a nun.
In me and your mammy's day, women treated their bodies like sacred temples.
Like sacred temples, was it? To be entered quietly in the dark, you mean?
Wash your mouth out! If yous young'uns could have seen the conditions me and your mammy's generation had to put up with. Tenement block with a family of 10 in one room. Polio and TB. Rats! Nibbling your bare arse as you sat on the outside bog.
Well, if things were that bad, why didn't you wise up off your knees and fight the bastards that made you live like that? Like the civil writers up north are doing now.
And what do these civil writers up north have that we didn't, Myra?
Guts?
Education! The most powerful weapon of them all. Oh, please, sir. Anything at all.